Investing in mixed-use and commercial properties can be highly rewarding, but these property types come with distinct advantages and challenges. Below is a detailed breakdown of the pros and cons for each, tailored to help you decide if these investments align with your goals. Mixed-use properties. Definition: a property that combines residential and commercial spaces. Examples include buildings with retail shops on the ground floor and apartments above. Pros of mixed-use properties. Diverse income streams. Benefit: mixed-use properties generate income from both residential tenants and commercial tenants, reducing reliance on one revenue stream. Example: a mixed-use building with a cafe on the ground floor and 3 residential apartments can weather vacancies better than single-use properties. Higher cash flow potential. Benefit: commercial tenants often pay higher rents than residential tenants, while residential units provide stable, predictable income. Example: monthly rental income from a ground floor store might equal the combined income of 2 residential units. Attractive financing options. Benefit: lenders may view mixed-use properties as lower risk due to diversified income. Example: a lender offers favorable terms for a mixed-use property with long-term commercial leases and strong residential demand. Urban revitalization incentives. Benefit: cities often provide tax incentives, grants, or zoning benefits to encourage mixed-use development. Example: investing in a mixed-use building in a revitalization zone could qualify you for property tax abatements. Appreciation potential. Benefit: these properties tend to appreciate faster in urban or gentrifying areas due to their multifaceted use. Example: a mixed-use property in downtown Newark appreciates as new businesses and residents flock to the area. Cons of mixed-use properties. Complex zoning and regulations. Challenge: mixed-use properties must comply with both residential and commercial zoning laws, which can complicate approvals and renovations. Example: renovating a mixed-use property might require separate permits for commercial and residential spaces. Management complexity. Challenge: managing different types of tenants, businesses, and residents requires expertise in both commercial and residential leasing. Example: a commercial tenant may need building modifications, while a residential tenant expects quick maintenance for plumbing issues. Higher upfront costs. Challenge: mixed-use properties are often more expensive to purchase and renovate than single-use properties. Example: renovating a storefront to meet a tenant's specifications could cost significantly more than upgrading a residential unit. Economic sensitivity. Challenge: commercial tenants are more vulnerable to economic downturns than residential tenants. Example: a retail tenant might close during a recession, while residential tenants remain due to housing necessity. Tenant turnover. Challenge: commercial spaces often have longer vacancies than residential units if a tenant leaves. Example: it may take months to find a new retail tenant for a shopfront, while residential units typically rent out faster. Commercial properties are defined as properties used solely for business purposes. This includes office buildings, warehouses, retail centers, and industrial facilities. Let's talk about the pros of investing in commercial properties. First, there's higher income potential. Commercial leases typically generate higher rental income than residential leases. For example, a retail tenant might pay $5,000 a month for a storefront, compared to $1,500 a month for a residential unit. Another advantage is long-term leases. Commercial tenants often sign leases of 3 to 10 years, providing stable, predictable income. Take, for instance, a medical office that signs a 10-year lease, ensuring consistent cash flow for a decade. Then we have triple net leases, or NNN leases. Many commercial leases require tenants to cover property taxes, insurance, and maintenance, reducing investor expenses. For example, an office building tenant agrees to a triple net lease, leaving you with minimal out-of-pocket costs. Professional tenants are another benefit. Businesses are typically easier to manage than residential tenants since they are responsible for their spaces. For example, a retail tenant takes care of interior repairs and renovations, while you handle structural issues. Value-add opportunities are also significant. Investors can increase property value by improving amenities or leasing to higher-paying tenants. For instance, adding EV charging stations to a parking lot attracts higher-paying tenants. Lastly, market demand growth is a plus. Commercial properties often benefit from economic and population growth. For example, a warehouse near a major port appreciates as e-commerce demand increases. Now, let's look at the cons of commercial properties. One major challenge is the high initial investment. Commercial properties are more expensive than residential properties, requiring substantial upfront capital or financing. For example, purchasing a small retail center may cost $1.5 million, compared to $300,000 for a residential property. Market volatility is another concern. Commercial properties are highly sensitive to economic cycles, with demand fluctuating during recessions. For instance, office buildings face higher vacancies during remote work trends. Vacancy risk is also significant. Commercial spaces take longer to lease compared to residential units, leading to extended vacancy periods. For example, a restaurant space might remain vacant for 6 months while searching for the right tenant. Complex financing is another challenge. Lenders often require larger down payments, around 20 to 30%, and higher credit worthiness for commercial loans. For example, a lender requires a 25% down payment for a $1 million office building. Management expertise is crucial as well. Commercial properties often require professional property management due to complex leases and tenant needs. For example, managing a shopping center with multiple tenants requires coordination of maintenance, marketing, and leasing. Finally, zoning restrictions can be a hurdle. Zoning laws can limit property usage or prevent redevelopment. For example, a property zoned for light industrial use cannot be easily converted into retail space. In conclusion, both mixed-use and commercial properties offer unique benefits and challenges. Understanding these can help you make informed investment decisions that align with your financial goals.